Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, man, we're talking about Conor McGregor, GSP, and Brock Lesnar. Why does everybody want to see Brock Lesnar come back to the UFC? He's doing his WWF thing, or WWE, whatever you want to fucking call it. Everybody keeps saying, well, Brock Lesnar might come back in 2015. What? He's proved that he can be a champion, but I think he's not going to be able to beat something like a Junior Dos Santos or a Cain Velasquez, which he already proved that he can. And what's the point of bringing this guy back in? He's a WWE professional wrestler. Yes, he did what he did in the MMA world, MMA fighter of all time, but who gives a shit? Nobody wants to see Brock Lesnar back in the cage. I mean, yes, will he come back? Will he be even decent? Will he be good? No, I don't want to see him a one-off man where he just comes in, fights one time, and then goes on his way. He shouldn't be fighting if he went back to the WWE, because he had that injury, that disease that cut him from the UFC, that basically made him where he wanted to go back to fighting in professional wrestling, because he doesn't really like to get punched, and he's not one of those fighters who can take a punch and keep coming back. But do I want to see Brock Lesnar back in the UFC cage? No, I don't, because his last couple fights was just him getting his ass whooped. He got beat down by Shane Carwin, and he got his ass whooped by Cain Velasquez, and Alistair Overeem whooped his ass. I don't want to see him back in the cage, but do I like him what he did when he was in the fighting business? Yeah, I do. I think what he did for the short time that he had as a UFC fighter, he did. But why do you think Conor McGregor is getting so much hype and so much people are putting pressure on him to be a champion so fast in his career? I think it's because he talks the talks and backs it up. That's the difference between him and somebody like Demetrius Johnson. You could have the same interview, and here's the difference between Demetrius Johnson and him. They'll say, hey, Conor McGregor, what do you want your next opponent to be? And he'll be like, you know what my next opponent's going to be? It's going to be Jose Aldo in Brazil, me whooping his ass, and then going back to Ireland in a 100,000 seat soccer stadium and whooping their ass and becoming the best mixed martial artist ever. I'm better than Cain Velasquez. I'm better than Junior Dos Santos. I'm better than Anderson Silva, and I'm also better than John Jones. I'm the best man that's ever stepped in this octagon. That's his response to that kind of stuff. And you got Demetrius Johnson, on the other hand, that will say the exact same thing. Demetrius Johnson, who do you want your next opponent to be? Well, I'm going to go home, eat a bowl of Cheerios, sit down with my wife, play some Scrabble, and when the UFC decides to call me, I'll be ready, baby. That is not exciting. People want to see the most exciting fighter on the planet. That's why everybody loved Brock Lesnar, because he would go in there and dominate fighters of all types. Like, look what he did to Frank Mir. He dominated Frank Mir, made Frank Mir look like a piece of shit, when Frank Mir is not a piece of crap fighter. But to be honest, I think in 2014 you have to talk to get your notoriety, because if you actually look at what Demetrius Johnson is doing, he's doing the same shit that Cain Velasquez is doing, that GSP was doing, but the difference is he doesn't have microphone skills. Is that saying he can't talk on a mic? Probably, because he doesn't. He's like a humble guy. He doesn't want to be disrespectful, but sometimes you got to talk to get notoriety, because you're headlining pay-per-views, dummy. This dude's headlining pay-per-views and not getting the respect he deserves. One last thing, guys. Do you think GSP will actually return to the mixed martial arts world, because his partner, his buddy, his teammate is actually running for a title shot? I think he's the #1 contender in the 170-pound division. Everybody's talking about Roy McDonald being this most dominating fighter right now, and they say he does deserve a title shot, and everybody says he will be able to win that title when it comes to it. So if GSP comes back, will he always be second best, or will he actually want to compete against his own teammate? Because you got two guys that are dominating. You got a guy, GSP, that hasn't fought in a year because he kind of retired, and a lot of people are speculating that he's going to come back in 2015 and actually compete, but I don't think he's going to want to compete when his friend Rory McDonald ends up being a champion. So with that being said, is GSP going to come back and be second best, or will you actually have student versus teacher? Because everything that he learned is from. So in the comment section below, ask me some questions and I'll definitely answer them. Check out my MMA Underground Facebook page where I post everything from interviews to videos to fights to everything MMA related. You guys can check out there. But let me know in the comment section below, do you really think Brock Lesnar is going to make a return in 2015? And do you want to see the return of GSP? To me, I think GSP is come and gone. I don't want to see him. I don't want to see Brock Lesnar in the cage. I just want to see the fighters that are fighting right now. I think Conor McGregor, the only reason why he's getting the respect and the notoriety that he is because he's a great talker. He talks it up. He knows how to talk and walk the walk, and he knows how to talk on the microphone, and that's what gets the hype, is him talking and backing it up. And one last thing, will Conor McGregor be a champion in 2015? And I want to say this, and Demetrius Johnson won't be as famous as Conor McGregor. And one last thing, do you guys think TJ Dillashaw will be able to beat Dominic Cruz when they fight? Because Dominic Cruz, I heard, is getting a title shot at the 135-pound division, but Dominic Cruz is the best 135-pounder in the world. He came back after 3 years and dominated his opponent, just annihilated him, and everyone's like, damn, you're still the top guy. Yes, he has never lost since he fought in WEC. He's like 29-1. That's what is like, that he has a crazy record like that, and he's never lost a title. And I think this dude is going to come back and be able to beat TJ Dillashaw. I really do.